Capcom makes a lunar landing with Pragmata. My review, right now. Welcome to Retro Reviews, my name is Daniel, and today I will be reviewing the action-adventure video game, Pragmata. It's directed by Yong-hee and Yasuhiro Anpo, and it's developed and published by Capcom. I am reviewing the PlayStation 5 version. Capcom has been on a roll the past few years, delivering for fans of their series like Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. Now they have Pragmata, which is a new IP for the company. Thankfully, Pragmata keeps the hot streak going. It's a terrific new game under Capcom's umbrella, and it could just start a series too if it finds enough success. Pragmata tells a sci-fi story that takes place on Earth's moon. You play as Hugh Williams in the third-person mode. He's voiced by David Mencken. Hugh arrives with his crew at a lunar facility called the Cradle. It isn't long before things go extremely wrong, and Hugh is left as the lone human survivor at the facility. He is joined by an android type called a Pragmata, who he comes to name Diana. It, or she, is voiced by Grace Safe. Diana is crafted to look and sound like a little girl in a big blue coat. As Hugh navigates the cradle and uncovers its mysteries, Diana assists him by hacking the rogue AI robots that attack the two. Pragmata was built on the RE engine, and it's a visually stunning game. It runs very smoothly while playing. I encountered minimal bugs or issues while going through it during my 13-hour playthrough. That's a good thing because any hiccups here could really derail the balanced chaos of the gameplay. You control both Hugh and Diana at the same time, rather than her just being a typical sidekick. While Hugh does the running, jetpack thrusting, and shooting, Diana hacks into the threats in order to weaken them for Hugh. The majority of the play involves shifting between shooting, dodging, and solving puzzles quickly for the hacking. Hugh doesn't need a melee or a reload, which is quite a shift from many third-person shooters. While Hugh's guns in the attack, defense, and tactical fields can run out, more can easily be found in the hallways and labs of the Cradle. His primary weapon, which starts as a pistol, recharges quickly itself and never runs out. Hugh and Diana also have access to a lot of other abilities and goodies. Those and the weapons can be changed around and updated in a hub area that Hugh and Diana often go back to throughout the game. You can pick up some useful hacking nodes, such as one that does a multi-hack to enemies and one that confuses them, while mods do things like change percentage of damage, how long enemies are exposed, and weapon charge rates. The player can also go into training grounds, challenge areas called red rooms, and more in order to get items. Some of these are timed while others are just difficult. They provide a nice shift away from the main action with the story. All of these various mechanics and features are quite entertaining. I found the back and forth between the gunplay and the hacking to be frequently exciting. Controlling Hugh and Diana at the same time really feels fresh here. At times it can be tricky, but thankfully the hacking is never really tedious or confusing, even as it evolves as the game moves along. It's really more about moving quickly and choosing the right routes to highlight the nodes with different effects. The robots you're battling and the settings can become samey at times. Some of the enemies and environments are really cool though. For instance, there's a giant bot variety with a big baby head that is quite creepy. Some of the bosses can resemble certain creatures as well, though I won't spoil how. These boss fights are pretty awesome though. While most of the Cradle is dark and gray and linear, there are some settings that scientists created with special 3D printers that really pop. There's even an area early on in the game that's designed after the streets and shops of New York City. The gameplay and settings in Pragmata often reminded me of games like Dead Space, Bioshock, and Hi-Fi Rush, yet Pragmata also manages to feel unique at the same time. This game also has a lot of heart to it and is maybe even a little cheesy at times. While many shooter and sad dad games often are dark and gritty, Pragmata is actually more of a feel-good game most of the time. The relationship between Hugh and Diana is really well drawn here, and David Mencken and Grace Safe both deliver wonderful performances as the characters. Hugh is friendly and even goofy at times, but he also takes his mission seriously. Diana is often asking Hugh about his past and things on Earth when they're not battling the bots. Capcom adds some nice little touches to the hub area as well, where players can set up models of things like slides and balloons for Diana to play with. Diana is quite adorable. She borders on being annoying at times, but thankfully Capcom keeps her from being too much of a chatterbox. The story surrounding Hugh and Diana can feel formulaic at times. Some of the sections are a little too rinse and repeat. Most of it feels tight and focused though as the journey plays out. The game also leaves the player thinking about the pros and cons of AI and the failures of companies exploring possibilities prematurely. I need to mention the sound design in Pragmata too because it's exceptional. From the cracking gunfire to lasers coming at you to your suit's thrusters, all of it is great. The music by Yasuhiro Kitagawa shines as well. He ramps up exciting electronic music during battles, but he also provides beautiful piano notes during the quiet moments. Before I give you my final thoughts and rating, please hit that like button if you've enjoyed this review and consider subscribing and enabling notifications if you haven't already. You can also find and follow me on the social media platforms Letterboxd, Blue Sky, Backlogged, and Award Expert. Pragmata is an exciting and heartfelt action-adventure game. The combat provides fast-paced fun as you balance shooting and hacking. Hugh and Diana are an excellent duo at the center of it all. I'm giving Pragmata an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a great sci-fi shooter game and I recommend it if you're interested. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments about Pragmata. I really enjoyed this one and I hope that it's the start of a new series for Capcom. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can check out these other videos on Rester Reviews right now.